This is Roar to Success, episode number 5. For number 1, it says enter the unknown value in the equation. So we have a square, a number minus 16.8 equals 23.14. So we need this number to be a high number, because if you're going to take 16 away from it and you still have 23 left, it's going to be a high number. So we have 23.14, and we have the other number. So all we need to do is add them, and that's how you figure out the missing number. Just make sure your decimals line up, and then just add a 0 at the very end if you need to. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 8 is 9. Here's my decimal. I go straight down. 3 plus 6 is 9, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So we know that the square must be 39.94. And just to double check our work, let's go backwards. Now let's go ahead and really subtract 16.8, and we should get 23.14, which is really 23 and 1400ths. 4 minus 0 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. Here's my decimal. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 3 minus 1 is 2. And we get back our 23 and 1400ths. We did it correctly, so the answer must be 39 and 94 hundredths. And we just added those two numbers. For number 2, it says which equation has the same unknown value as 34.8 minus 16.23 equals a square. So once again, let's make this one really easy for us. Let's just make this guy into a 30 minus, let's make this one into an easy number, 15. Now you might wonder, but Mr. Lou, 16.23 is closer to 16 than it is 15. Then that's correct, but in this case it really doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? It will matter. Because then we'll know this is 15, so every time you see a square, or actually it doesn't really matter. So anytime you see a 34.8, let's put 30. Anytime you see 16.23, put a 15. You can make 16 if you want. It really doesn't matter. And then every time you see the square, it'll be 15. Because 30 minus 15 equals 15. And now we have to find the one that makes sense. So let's take a look at A. Once again, the square is 15. The 16.23 is 15. So that doesn't make sense because that'll be 15 minus 15 and you get 30. A is totally wrong. It does not make sense. Let's do B. For B is 15 plus the square, which is 15, equals, and then 30. And we got ourselves our winner. B is correct because 15 plus 15 equals 30. So I'm not really doing the real actual calculations. I'm just making a 34.8 to 30, 16.23 to 15, and obviously the square would be 15, and finding the one that makes sense. And there's only one that makes sense, and that one is going to be letter B. And I'll prove it to you. Let's take a look at D. D would be 30 plus the square, which we figured out is 15, equals, and then the other one is also 15. And that does not make sense at all. That would be 30 plus 15. That should be 45, not another 15. And that's how you do number 2, which is letter B. For number 3, it says determine if each comparison is true or false. So the first one looks like it's true, but if you put a 0 behind it to make it 40, it's actually not equal, so this can be false. Because 44 hundredths is greater than 40 hundredths, so it should have been a greater symbol. For number 2, 4.8 is greater than 1.28. That is true, obviously, because 4 wholes is greater than 1 whole. And for the last one, this is obviously false, because there's no way that 1 whole is greater than 5 wholes. And we're finished. This is episode number 5.